It is that time again. In this video, we are counting down the top 10 free-to-play, aka farmable characters in Marvel Strike Force. And if you're ready to see who is on the top this month, find that like button and let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
What is up, Valley Maniacs? I am ValleyFlyin. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you're ready to join me on this countdown for the top 10 free-to-play, aka farmable characters in Marvel Strike Force. So if they have a node or if they're in a store, they're eligible for this list. And we've been doing this list for a while now. And if this is your first time on this channel, if they're first time watching one of these lists, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know as soon as a new video is uploaded. And if you watched any of the previous lists, welcome back. This list has some changes. Now, the rating for this list is similar to what we did last time. I'm basing this on the pain that it would cause to replace these characters. So if these characters were missing, it would take a lot of resources to get another character up, or their replacement just not as good. So very, very painful if these characters were missing. Now, if you're a newer player, not really building these teams yet, not really onto the Doom raids, or you have some different arena characters that are in the meta for you right now, this is kind of a glimpse of what you could expect in the future once you reach that mid or end game. If you're a mid game player right now, you can start building these characters in the background if you're not already working on these as you're building your more farmable teams. And if you're end game, my main focus is on these things right now. Doom raids, Dark Dimension 4 if you're not in that yet, Dark Dimension 5 if you want to start to prep for the future. But yes, this is how I rate these characters. Most important mode for me, so this mode is going to get a lot more weight, Arena. After that is the Doom raids. After that is the Greek raids. Then comes War Offense. Then comes War Defense. You may value these modes differently, so they may have a different priority in your roster. Highly subjective as usual, guys. But without further ado, let's go check out the list and see who is not eligible this month. And as we take a look at who is not farmable this month, as much crap as I've been giving Scopely, I gotta give them credit though. This list has been going down and reducing every single month, and this is who is not eligible. A lot less than that last month. We've been getting more and more farmable characters per month, but all these legendary characters, some of the best characters in the game, not eligible for this list. Doom, Symbiote, Spider-Man, Ultron, Emma, all these great characters. Most of the Infinity Watch is not eligible for this list. The new Secret Avengers, Heroes for Hire, all these awesome characters, and then these Orb exclusive like Shatterstar and Domino, they're not eligible for this as well. But let's clear this off and see who recently became eligible over the past month. It is these guys. Coulson recently be added to the raid store, out of that milestone orb. Kitty Pryde also added to the raid store. We got Bishop going to the war store, Call going to the war store, and last month Scream was taken out of the arena orbs. Shatterstar was put in there, and Scream was made available at the increased cost of the 975 credits. Forgot to put them on last month, so this month is his first month that she is eligible. I think I said he there. But without further ado, these are who is newly available for this list. Which of these characters will be added to the list this month? Let's clear this off and let's take a look at the top 10 as we start the countdown. And again, Arena, Doom, Greeks, War Offense, War Defense is how I rate these characters. And a lot of it, of course, is based on my usage over the past month. And coming at number 10 this month, boom, back on the list is our girl Minn-Erva. Now, the reason I was looking at some of the other characters that I took off this list, and I'm using Minn-Erva pretty much every day in the Doom raids. Now, in pretty much all of July and up until today, the alliance I was in Doom 1.0. Today, we went into 1.1. So my ratings of these characters for Doom is based on 1.0, and next month it'll be based on 1.1. So Minn-Erva, very valuable to me. She is available in the war store. Let's go take a look at why she is so good. Very, very crowded war store, by the way. So there's a lot of other characters in a war store. You may want to hold her off as far as farming till later, but she's very good in the raids, like I said, with that healing mechanic, that revive mechanic, especially in the Greek raids, where you cannot revive or heal characters between nodes. she is able to help with that. And she is still a good character in Dark Dimension. Maybe not as necessary as she was previously, but she's still a very good character. And as far as the Iso-8s on her, the best class obviously is gonna be healer class. She is the healer. 85% of users on MSF.GG have that healer class on Minn-Erva. And yeah, no T4s for her. So let's go back to this list. And that is Minn-Erva. Like I said, she is available in the War Store if you have to farm her. Let's see who is coming up at number 9. Boom. It is, where is he? There he is. It is Longshot. He moved up one spot from last month, and he is a very good character. Not as good on his own. He's probably a better character with Shatterstar, the complete Dad Bros duo there. But yes, if we take a look at Longshot, a lot of good moves for him. I put 3 T4s on Longshot. If you want to go bare minimum, I think you need to have this passive here. And 66% of almost 67% of users on MSF.GG have this passive done. Not a lot on the rest of these, but if you're getting a lot of use out of these characters, you may want to just increase that damage slightly, especially with a very low cooldown. Not on this one, not the special. It is his not the ultimate, excuse me. It is a special that has a 2-turn cooldown. And as far as Iso-8 class, I think the best one is gonna be the Raider class. I think I said the wrong class, even though I had the right class equipped last month. But Raider is the best class. 94.8% of users on MSF.GG have Raider on him for that increased crit chance, because that helps synergize so well with Shatterstar and Longshot, and I guess the rest of the X Factor as well. But Longshot coming in, and unfortunately, guys, yeah, it's not an easy farm. He is in that very crowded War Store, so you're gonna have to prioritize. There's a bunch of other characters in the War Store on this list. So let's go back to the countdown and reveal who is coming in at number 8 this month, and it is, boom, Hela. Now, I gotta be honest, I have not really used Hela too much in July over the past month. The reason she is making this list is not for her usage. Most of these characters are based on usage, and the more I'm using them, the higher they are in this list. Hela is the exception. I didn't really use Hela, but I do think she's very valuable to have on your roster. This rating is more for newer and mid-game players. As soon as you can get Hela, go after her, mainly because she's the key to 3 legendary unlocks. You got the direct unlock of Phoenix with Hela, you get the direct unlock of Black Bolt with Hela, and you have the unlock of Ebony Maw with Black Bolt, which you need Hela for. So her rating is kind of based on my usage of Ebony Maw as well, and I am using Ebony Maw on a daily basis in the raids. But let's go take a look at her kit. As we take a look at Hela, see why she is so valuable and what are the best skills to equip on her. You can see that I've done 3 T4s on Hela, but you can skip the special. This is probably not one of the best moves. It does give an extra disrupted, so there is that. But I think if you're on a budget in T4s, the best moves are going to be her passive for that extra health, and then the ultimate for the extra damage while she's spreading those debuffs. And as far as the Iso-8 class, most popular Iso-8 class by far, probably because of her ultimate there, is that Raider class. Increases the crit chance, and anytime she gets a crit, she's going to apply that vulnerable to the enemies. So very good. 78% of users have that ultimate T4'd, 77% of users have that passive T4'd, and 77% of users have Raider equipped on Hela. So very good. And yes, you could farm her on Villain 7-6, which in my mind for a long time has been the crossroads from new player to mid-game player. Once you could farm that node 3 stars, that's the road to 3 legendary unlocks. So that is why she is on here, not for my particular usage, but I did use Ebony Maw, and you need Hela to get Ebony Maw. So she is on this list this month, but it's more for her value outside of what I have personally used this month. All right, moving on the list. We are down to number 7, and it is Bishop, newcomer on the list, first time appearing on the list. Bishop, and he is a very good character as a standalone. One of the best characters when you pair him with Jubilee, but as a standalone character, just a good character, not one of the meta-defining characters. Now, let's take a look at him in game, see which skills are valuable, see what the T4 recommendations is for him. And 70% of users on MSF.GG have the Striker class equipped to him, And yeah, that's going to increase his damage. Very, very good skill, especially. And it is kind of controversial. I think a lot of the class depends on how you have the rest of your Axemen built, or if you don't have that full Axemen team, what you're doing with the rest of this team. But I think most people are going to be using the best ISO class is going to be Striker for most people. All right. And as far as the skills, he's got two T4s that I would recommend, two T4s that I've done. The first, the most popular, is the passive on MSF.GG with 76% of users having that. The damage reduction is very important. The counterattack is very important, especially because he's a raid character. And then the ultimate, also very important. 52% of users have that ultimate on Bishop. And where is he good? Well, obviously the Axemen. They're very good in raids. They're very good in war. And he is a unlock for Magneto. So if you don't have Magneto yet, you could use Bishop to unlock him. You don't have to use all the bad characters that we had back in the day. You could use some good characters that you actually might get some use of down the road. So that is Bishop. Let's go back to the list and continue on this countdown. Coming in at number 6 this month is it is Thanos, moving down one spot. And honestly, guys, I wanted to move Thanos down a lot more, even take him off the list. A couple months ago, I did take him off the list, but I'm getting so much use out of him, and there's not a really good replacement as far as a tank in the Doom raids, in the Mystic section of the Doom raid. So Thanos gets this spot by default. Yes, the Black Order did fall off. Yes, I'm not really using the Black Order except on war offense, and you might not really have a place for that full Black Order team except on war offense or war defense, depending what you're doing with war. But Thanos still very, very valuable to my roster, and I don't know what I would do in those Mystic section if I did not have Thanos with his taunt, with his high health, with his energy distribution that he does for the rest of the cosmic characters. Let's go take a look at him in game. And yes, all of the T4s, guys, you see that I've done all of them. A lot of this was from back in the day when the Black Order was a lot more popular though, but the passive, even on a standalone team, 80% of the users on MSF.GG have that T4 in that passive, and about 53 to 56% have the rest of these T4s done. The order that I would go in is the ultimate. Very, very good move, especially if you're using Empowered Thanos on a full Black Order team. The special is also very good. The basic is also very good. Do all of these, but if you're really limiting the T4s, you could just limit it to the passive, because that is what's going to help with the energy distribution. And as far as Iso-8 class, Raider seems to be the most popular class. 59% of users on MSF.GG have Thanos with that Raider class, and not a very early farm, not a very easy farm. Nexus 8-9, actually, let me double check that, because I did think they switched that. Yeah, he's still on Nexus 8-9. All right, so Thanos, Nexus 8-9. I wasn't sure if they switched it or not. I know somebody got switched. It might have been Taskmaster or something. So let's go back to this list and continue on the countdown. See who is on the list at number 5. It is Carnage, moving up one spot from last month. This is another character that I wanted to drop way far down, but again, not a lot of great replacements in the bio. There's not a lot of great bio to begin with. I think a lot of community is wanting more awesome bio characters to handle some of these harder lanes in Doom 1.1. And frankly, Doom 2 is coming, and that's the road to Dark Dimension 5. So more bio is highly requested from the community. But as far as what we have right now, Carnage is one of the best on that symbiote team. His passive does so much. Let's go into the game and take a look at what he actually does. Raids, the symbiotes were designed to be a raid team, so that's where they're going to shine. They're shining in the Doom raids. Anything that they're eligible for in the Greek raids, they're going to shine there. And Carnage and his passive gives the team speed, which is why it is a 4th ranked T4 on all of MSF.GG, with over 90% of users having this passive done. You don't need to do the rest. I did the basic. I don't know how much that's doing. So, but the passive, one of the best T4s in the game, 4th rated on MSF.GG, and the highest rated for all these free-to-play characters. All right, and as far as Iso-8 class, Skirmisher seems to be the most popular class. 54% of users have that Skirmisher tag on him. I think you can go Striker. I don't know if Raider is the best class, but I guess it depends how you have your symbiotes. But Skirmisher seems to be the best class here. Let me just check what I have. I think I have Striker on Skirmisher. It is Skirmisher. All right. I don't want to say the wrong thing and have the right thing equipped on him like I did last month with Longshot. But yeah, very, very good. And he is a Spider-Verse character, so he can unlock our legendary Shuri. So that is it. Let's move back to the list and see who else has made it onto the list this month. Oh yeah, and if you want to farm Carnage, very, very crowded war store. And I guess it's going to depend on what you need, on who you should farm first. If you need Longshot, if you need Minn-Erva, if you need Carnage, or any of the other characters on this list. Let's move ahead to number 4 though. Boom! Scream comes in at number 4. Another symbiote. First time eligible for this. I guess she was supposed to be eligible last month, but first time eligible for me. First time on this list. And let's go into the game and see why Scream is so good. What are the skills that make her tick? All of them very, very good. As you can see, I've T4'd all of them. I think my favorite is this passive, although it is the least T4'd on MSF.GG. It only does 5% healing, but and it's not a lot. It's not a big number, but you're getting this on the death of any character. You're healing symbiote allies, all of the allies, instead of 5%, 10% of Scream's health. So I think this is a good one, but the most popular T4 on MSF.GG is this special right here, giving that extra damage, extra 2 positive effects being cleared. The ultimate gives is about 46% of users having that T4, and then 41% of users on MSF.GG have the basic T4. And as far as Iso-8 class, the most popular by far is Striker on MSF.GG. As you can see, I have Skirmisher on Scream. The reason I'm doing that, I'm building this up to level 5 so I could get that extra focus. I think I'm missing that in the Doom raids, so I'm wanting that extra focus. I wanted to clear stuff, positive effects, even off of Jessica Jones. So wanted the extra focus. Hopefully that makes a big difference in the raids. I'll let you know next month though if that Skirmisher is actually worth it. That level 5 Skirmisher is actually worth it. And if you want to farm Scream, available at that increased cost in that arena store. So that is where to get her. Good character, important part of the symbiotes. All we need now is to get anti-venom farmable and we should be good. All right, but moving on to the list. Coming in at number 3 is my favorite comrade in the game. Well, maybe not my favorite because Yelena's pretty cool too, but my favorite male comrade in the game, Red Guardian. Alexei comes in at number 3, moving up 1 spot from last month. Let's go take a look at him because I'm using him all over the Doom raids, or all over that skill section in the Doom raids, and great war offense character. As we take a look at him in game, we see I've done a few T4s, but the only one that's really outstanding popular on MSF.GG is this passive right here, Minn-Erva. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Apologies if I'm not though, but does a lot. Gives him more max health, gives skilled military allies more max health, on spawn, speed up. Really good stuff. So I highly recommend that T4. And as far as Iso-8 class, healer. Most tanks are going to be either healer or fortifier. Fortifier is a little weak right now, but if you wanted to go healer on him, that probably would be the best choice. And most people on MSF.GG, I'm trying to find in notes here. Most people on MSF.GG, 81%, there it is, 81.6% have the healer class on Red Guardian. And if you want to get him, he's also available at that increased cost in that arena store. Now, once Shatterstar comes out of that, once the new character is added to the arena orb, he is going to be the next character that goes to that normal cost. And when he does, very good character. And if you don't have Captain Sam and are not investing in Captain Sam, I think he is going to be the best character in the skill lanes other than Captain Sam. So right now it's debatable because there's not a lot of gold stars available for Captain Sam. So yeah, I think Red Guardians wins by default now that I'm playing that through my head. All right, but let's move on to the list. Coming in at number 2, no change from last month, is our girl Nebula. And yes, so we got as far as my ratings, arena is the most important game mode. So the arena characters get near the top. I'm using her every day in arena. Great synergy with her sister. Also great war team. The Infinity Watch, I'm seeing them on war offense, seeing them on war defense, and no matter where you put them, very good team. Best team in the game right now. And I'm not using her as much in the raids, but the first 2 nodes of skill, I'm using Nebula, or I wasn't using Nebula when we were in Doom 1.0, maybe not as much in 1.1. So getting a lot of use out of her. Let's go check her out in game, see her skills, see her T4 her T4 and Iso-8 recommendations, and there are a few of them. As far as T4s though, I think the best one, the most popular one on MSF.GG is this passive. 64.8% of MSF.GG users having that passive. And as far as the Iso-8 class, I think it's a no-brainer, especially if you're combining her with Nebula. 91.2% of users on MSF.GG have that skirmisher class on Nebula. So pretty much a no-brainer. Farmer, good character in the meta right now, and is even better if you pair her with Gamora. Yes, and I'm using her as a standalone character or with no Infinity Watch synergy in the Doom raids, and still does pretty good there. So she's on this list for her value to the Infinity Watch and for her standalone value as well. And let's go back to the list. Oh, if you want a farmer, Nexus 4-6 is where you could get her. So a little earlier farm. Let's move on to the list though, and I think you guys know who is coming at number 1, especially since you know who is coming in at number 2, who he did come in at number 2. Here it is. It is our boy, our girl, Gamora. Why is she Gamora? Well, because she is so good and she smashes everything. Great character, one of the best characters in the game. When you get into that empowered state on that Infinity Watch team with Nebula, one of the best characters in the game. All over the place in arena, all over the place in war, offense, defense, using her in the raids in that skill section of the raids, and that double team with Kestrel, so good. And let's go take a look at her in game though. In her new outfit, I didn't buy the helmet yet though, but yes, eventually we're gonna get that. This is her new outfit, the Requiem outfit. Looks really, really good. And as we take a look at the Iso-8 class Striker, 63% of users have that Striker class on. Now, I think that should be a little higher. Some people might have some old T4s on Gamora and not switch it once this Infinity Watch came around. So I think that Iso-8, that Striker class should be a lot higher. But as far as her T4s, the passive, one of the best ones in the game. As you can see, I've done all of them. And if you're building up empowered Gamora for that Infinity Watch, I probably would do all of them. The next best one, as far as user rating and percent, 37% of users that have Gamora on MSF.GG have this basic done as well. So basic and passive, if you're going minimal, all of them, especially this ult, if you're going full ham on this Infinity Watch team. And last but not least, if you want to get Gamora, she is available very easy. Anybody could get her. Early game players, super easy, because she's in the Blitz store. All right, so that is the top 10, guys. But now it's time to get some honorable mentions, some characters that I wanted to be on this list, but couldn't quite make the top 10. First one, she's been honorable mentions for a while. Ghost, very good in the Doom raids. I'm using her every day in the tech section, and still a very good Dark Dimension character. So Ghost, very, very good character. Venom, also important part of that symbiote team, but didn't make the list because I think Scream, Carnage, a little more important than him. Probably could have had him on the list at some of the higher numbers, but wanted to not have just all symbiotes on there. So Venom didn't make the list this month, but it is an honorable mention. Sinister, very good character. My usage for him just dropped a lot over the past month, but unlike Hela, does not do any legendary unlocks. So yes, no, Sinister didn't make it this month, but still a very good character worth mentioning. Zemo, also a very good character. Now, I didn't really use him a lot in the Doom raids this month. I was using a lot of Nebula, but now that we're up to 1.1 in Doom, Zemo may be getting some use, so he may be returning next month. And then another character that's getting a lot of use for me, but I'm not sure how good she is if you don't have her at 7 red stars, and that's Yelena, one of my favorite characters in the game right now, using her in war offense, using her to Doom raids and that skill section. So getting a lot of use, and she's got some crazy high damage, but I think a lot of that is based on that 7 red stars that I got, and because I like the Black Widow movie so much. So very, very biased, which is why she's not under, but I did want to mention her honorable mention. Thank you guys for watching this list. Let me know what you think of it. Do you agree? Do you not agree? I know this list is highly subjective, so you may be prioritizing different game modes than I am, and your list may look totally different than mine. So let me know, guys. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Looking forward to your comments, your all that stuff, guys. And I will see you guys next time. Hope you have a great day. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow with the weekly news update, and tomorrow on stream on Twitch with the Valley Club in the morning, guys. So yes, lots of good stuff. Check out some of the other links before you go, and make sure you give that Hulk fist bump, baby. Oh yeah, there it is. ValleyFlyin out. Have a great rest of your day, guys.